Hello everyone, welcome to SciEase. In the last video, we read about valency, that what valency is. Valency is the combining capacity of an atom. In order to clear this term, valency, I will quote one example which is given in your NCERT book. The example is like this. There is one octopus, and this octopus has how many legs? 8 legs. And you know that man has 2 hands to hold the things. So, one man will hold 2 legs of the octopus. This means how many men are required to hold the 8 legs of the octopus. So, in all, 4 men, they are required to hold the 8 legs of the octopus. Clear? Now, in terms of chemistry, if octopus is O, that is oxygen atom, and these 4 men, they are hydrogen. So, the formula will come out to be H4O. H4O. This means that combining capacity of man is 2 and the combining capacity of octopus is 8. So, it's a very interesting example. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you how to write a chemical formula. You know that the chemical compounds which have very lengthy names, they are written in terms of chemical formulae. That is, we use symbols for the elements which are present in that particular compound. So, here we will take some examples to explain, to understand this, that how to write the chemical formulae. First, I will take up some covalent compounds. The easiest and most common one, that is water. Okay? Water we will take. You know that water is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So, its formula is this. How it comes out to be this, that I am going to explain. Hydrogen, you will write the symbols of hydrogen and oxygen. That is the elements present in water. Below that, you will write the valency. The valency of hydrogen is 1 and oxygen is 2, minus 2. But we are here not to write minus or plus. Okay? We are just to write 2 here. It's an easy way. Otherwise, you will get confused. So, what you will do, that you will crisscross these valencies. Okay? Cross it. You will write the valency of oxygen just on the right foot of symbol of hydrogen as a subscript. So, the valency of oxygen is 2. We will write here 2. And the valency of oxygen, that is written on the right foot of oxygen. So, valency of hydrogen is 1. So, we will write here H2O1. But there is one rule. There are some rules that I am going to tell you side by side. First rule is that you are not to mention, not to write 1. If the atom, it is 1 in number, or the valency, you are not to depict 1 valency as a subscript. You are to omit it. It's understood that 1 means that 1 oxygen that is present here. So the formula for water that will come out to be H2O. How it will come, that I have told you. Now next we will take ammonia. Okay, next compound we will take, that is ammonia. Ammonia has formula NH3. How it will come, that I am going to explain. Nitrogen, it has valency, 3 valency. Okay, nitrogen and hydrogen elements are present. It has valency 3, hydrogen has 1. Crisscross, cross it, what will you get? N1. We are not to write 1. H3. So this is the formula of chemical formula of ammonia. Now you take, I have written some of the compounds here, and we will write the formula of all these compounds. First we will take this hydrogen chloride. Okay, hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen, it has valency 1, chloride -1, we are not to write minus, it's again 1, cross it, what you will get? H1Cl1, we are not to mention 1, so the formula that is HCl. Clear? Now, there are some list of this chemical compounds: hydrogen sulfide, magnesium chloride, carbon tetrachloride, aluminium chloride, aluminium oxide, calcium oxide. So, I will take up now hydrogen sulfide, H2S. Okay? So, H and S, they are present. Hydrogen has valency 1 and sulfide has valency 2. Okay? Cross it. What you will get? H, valency of sulfide, that is 2. So you will write here H2, and this is S. H2S, hydrogen sulfide. The formula will come out to be like this. Now, next I will take up carbon tetrachloride. Tetra means 4. Okay, carbon tetrachloride I will take up. So, carbon, it has valency 4. Okay, atomic, how we will get the valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an atom, or the number of the valence electrons which are present in the valence shell, or 8 minus the number of the electrons which are present in the valence shell. So here 4 electrons, they are present in the valence shell, and here the valency of Cl is 1. I have already told you. Crisscross, what you will get? Carbon 1, we will not write it, Cl4. So, carbon tetrachloride, the formula that will come out to be CCl4. Now, we will take some of the ionic compounds. Okay, first we will take magnesium chloride. First, we will take magnesium chloride. So, magnesium, it has symbol Mg. Magnesium chloride. So, magnesium has symbol Mg, valency 2. It is divalent ion. And Cl, it has 1 valency. Again cross it. What you will get? Mg Okay, Mg1, no need to write 1, Cl2. Here is the second rule for writing the chemical formulae, and that is we are to write cations. Cations. Here we are writing the chemical formula of the ionic compounds where cations and anions they combine. Okay, cations and anions they combine. Here, cations are always written on the left hand side and anions they are written on the right hand side. We will not write Cl here and Mg here. Okay, it is not chloride magnesium, it is magnesium chloride. So the second rule is that you are to write the cations. You know what cations are and what anions are on the left hand side and anions on the right hand side. Now, there is one table in NCERT book. I want to show you this table. Okay, so some of the metals, okay, some of the metals they are written in that table, and some non-metals they are also written with their valencies. Okay, so metals they are monovalent, means having valency 1, divalent, this means having valency 2, and trivalent, that is having the valency 3. In the same way, some anions they are also given, and in addition to that, some polyatomic ions. Polyatomic ions, that is like OH negative, okay, CO3 2 negative, NO3 negative, and so on, they are there. You are to see it and also try to memorize the valencies of these cations, anions, and polyatomic ions. Now you must have seen this table, okay? Now I will take up here sodium chloride. Sodium chloride, this is CCl4. Sodium chloride. Sodium is monovalent, that is having valency 1, and Cl it has having valency -1. It's a cation and it's anion. Cross it, what you will get? NaCl. One thing I want to tell you, that is why I've taken this sodium chloride. Now next I will take this aluminium chloride. Aluminium chloride. Aluminium has valency 3. This means it is trivalent. And Cl, it has valency 1. Again cross it. What you will get? AlCl3. So I have written here 3 chlorides. One is sodium chloride, another is magnesium chloride, and third one is aluminium chloride. You have seen that the formulae of all these chlorides are different. Why they are different? Because of their valency. Sodium is monovalent, magnesium or calcium, that is bivalent, and this aluminium, that is trivalent. That is why it has the formula AlCl3. Now I will take up next compound, that is aluminium oxide. So aluminium oxide, that you know, that aluminium oxide. Aluminium has valency 3. Oxide, it has valency -2. We are not to write 2 minus sign. So here what you will get? Al2 and O 3. Clear? So you can write as many examples as you can. You can take calcium fluoride, CaF2. Why CaF2? Because calcium is bivalent. Fluorine has -1 valency. So the formula will come out to be CaF2. Okay? In the same way, magnesium fluoride, MgF2. Okay? Now, I will take another example, that is of calcium oxide. Here, the third rule that will come. Now, calcium oxide, how this will be formed? Ca and oxygen. 2 elements, they are present. So for this, for writing the chemical formulae, it is must that you should know the symbols as well as the valencies of these elements. Then and then only you will be able to write the chemical formula. So calcium is bivalent, it has 2, and oxygen, it has -2. Cross it. What you will get? You will get Ca2O2. But here we will divide this subscript by some number in order to simplify the formula. So we will divide it by 2 and we will get what? We will divide by 2. So we will get CaO. This will be divided 1, 1. We have no need to write 1. So the formula that will come out to be CaO. In many compounds we divide by this common factor. You can take the case of magnesium oxide also. Magnesium oxide. Magnesium has 2, oxide 2. Crisscross, you will get Mg2O2. But the formula is MgO. Why? We will simplify it and divide it by the common factor. Okay. Here I want to tell you one exception. What is that? That hydrogen peroxide has a formula H2O2. It has the formula this. Here we are not to divide it by 2. Here, this is the exception. Whenever we study chemistry or any subject, there are some exceptions. Here we are not to divide it by 2. The formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. Now, I have taken what? Covalent compounds and ionic compounds. I have told you 3 rules. One is no need to write 1 as a subscript, okay, and second, in the same way, no need to write the negative sign or the positive sign of the cations and anions respectively. And second rule is that cations, they are always placed on the left hand side and anions, they are placed on the right hand side. And third rule is, in some formulae, we divide it by some number in order to simplify it. Now, next thing, I want to tell you that I will take up some of the compounds which involve polyatomic ions. So that part is left. I'm going to tell you that. Now here, I have written some chemical compounds which involve polyatomic ions. So some of the polyatomic ions, you must memorize the formula as well as the charge on it, like hydroxide, OH negative, okay. Then carbonate is CO3 2 negative. Hydrogen carbonate or bicarbonate, HCO3 negative. Nitrate, NO3 negative. Then sulfate, SO4 2 negative. Okay, so there are many manganate ion, dichromate ion. First, you are to learn these compounds which are simple and commonly used when you will study the chemistry. Okay, so calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. I have told you that symbol of calcium is Ca. Hydroxide is OH negative. So negative we are not to write. Here we will write the valency. Calcium, it is 2. Hydroxide 1. Crisscross. What you will get? Here is next rule I am going to tell you, that Ca1, no need to write 1. OH 2. Here we are not to write 2 here. We are to put this polyatomic ion in brackets and then we are to write the valency. Okay, this is the next rule. So the formula of calcium hydroxide, that will come out to be CaOH twice, whole twice. Okay, it shouldn't be OH2. The polyatomic ion, that should be written in brackets. Now come to sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate. Sodium has 1 valency, monoatomic. Carbonate, CO3, I have told you it has 2. So what you will do? The valency of carbonate, that is written here, Na2, CO3 1. So no need to write 1. If it is 2 or 3, then you are to write the polyatomic ion in the brackets. Otherwise, no need to write this polyatomic ion in the bracket. Now next is potassium nitrate. What is the symbol of potassium? Symbol of potassium is K. Nitrate, NO3. Potassium is again monovalent cation. Okay, so 1 here. Nitrate, it has also valency -1. So you will write 1 only. Crisscross it. What you will get? KNO3. Here, because it is 1, we are not to write it, the polyatomic ion in the brackets. But where it is 2 or 3, we are to write that in brackets. Now come to next, sodium sulfate. Sodium, you know that it is Na, sulfate, SO4. Okay, so sodium sulfate, Na and SO4. Sodium has valency 1, sulfate, it has 2. So crisscross it. What you will get? Na2SO4. Clear? Now next is ammonium sulfate. Ammonium sulfate. Ammonium is also the polyatomic ion. Ammonium has formula NH4 positive. Ammonium is NH4 positive. So we are to write the cations towards the left hand side. Sulfate, SO4. Okay, ammonium has 1 and sulfate has 2. Ammonium sulfate. So crisscross it. Now here again you will put this ammonium in the brackets and write 2 here, and here it is sulfate, SO4. So the formula of ammonium sulfate is NH4 whole twice SO4. Now come to calcium hydrogen carbonate. Calcium hydrogen carbonate. What is the symbol of calcium? it is Ca. And hydrogen carbonate is HCO3. It is divalent or bivalent and it has -1 charge. Cross it, what you will get? Ca, then HCO3 whole twice. Clear? If it is sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, then what will be the formula? Sodium hydrogen carbonate. It is 1, it has valency 1, it has also valency 1, cross it. Now the formula that will come out to be NaHCO3. So you see the difference in the formula, and the difference is only due to the valency. So the first thing is, in order to, and this is a sure shot question, you will get 2 marks question in your finals. So practice it. Practice first, you learn the symbols of the elements, common elements. Up to 20, that should be on your, up to 20 atomic number, the symbol, the valencies, that should be on your tips. Okay? And atomic number and atomic mass also. And then you will be able to write the chemical formulae of different compounds. So I have told you in detail about the rules also which govern the writing of the chemical formulae, and also I have taken up so many examples to practice you, to tell you how the formula that is formed. I think the things, they are clear to all of you. I will come in the next video and take up molecular mass. Till then, thank you very much.